Alright everybody, good evening and welcome. This is Elmo and Poison TV with the Fragbite Qualifier number 4 here. And as you can see, we're currently loading up here game number 1. Currently I'm alone, later on I will be eventually joined by Ben aka Ruben. But coming back to game number 1 here. Boy oh boy, that is already a very nice one. Just waiting for both players to get into the game here. And introducing them, spawning the top left hand side of Belshevestige. It is going to be the Red Zerg player playing for the Alliance. It is SortOf. And in the bottom right hand side, playing as the Blue Term player, playing for Team Millennium, representing South Korea. It is forGG. You heard it. And I think it's a little bit laggy for me. Is that the same thing for you, Schmigel? Alright, so apparently I'm causing some problems here. I don't want to though. So let's just sorry for that. But I think now everything should be fine again. As long as the players have no lag spikes, I think everything should be fine. But already this is a first round game here. And already two top Koreans meeting each other here. I think it's definitely gonna be already very, very nice here. So let's see. Of course, Belshevestige will be our starting map here. The format will be a best of 3 though, so we will see at least 2 games between those two awesome players here. So I think this can already, this cannot start even better here. forGG so far going for a pretty standard opening here. I think it was around 13-13 here for the Rex and the gas timing, so I think we might see some Reaper openings here. On the other side though, we see SortOf going for a quick hatchery here. I think it was even hatch first here. And we might see just a pool right after that. Yeah, there we go, there's the pool. So also a pretty standard opening here for the Korean Zerg, excuse me. Barracks just finished, and there we go, there's the first Reaper for forGG, of course. At the same time, he's going to grab his orbital command at, I think it was around 15. So also, once again, just standard timings here. And we see the Reaper expansion here going down for forGG here. So I'm not sure if he will build even a second Reaper after that. You can do that, but you mustn't necessarily, or you don't have to necessarily. Let's see. Yeah, he will go for the second Reaper, so he's trying to already do a little bit of damage, maybe catch 1 or 2 workers. That would be already very nicely for him. But since the pool is now just finishing up for SortOf, we should also see the Queen and the first couple of links spawning here, or being produced in just a couple of seconds there. So the Reapers shouldn't do too much damage. Maybe they can snag a drone here, or maybe a couple of links, but not really too much apart from that. And of course, behind all of that we see the command center going down for forGG here, as well as a factory as a follow-up, so we might also see a reactor being attached to the barracks here. But now first Reaper is pushing into the main here, but already we have 4 Zerglings. They have no speed upgrade so far, but they already might be able to catch the Reaper here. Now it gets out of there and can kite on. I'm still having some lag spikes, that is a little bit confusing, but anyways. As long as the players have no problems, that should be fine. Second Reaper now also joins the fight. They already hunt on the first drone, get it. Also damage the other one, but nice save there by SortOf. Throws down the Spore Crawler, also with the other one, or Spine Crawler, whatever it is. Very, very nice. They're not losing a single Reaper. Grabs another drone, and that is already some very nice damage he done there. 150 minerals already lost for SortOf. None for forGG, so that already worked out perfectly, and he also pretty much saw everything that was going on in the main base. They basically got the full scout and also did some damage. Worked out perfectly for him here, and we will also do a quick third command center here, or a double command center for forGG here, which is a very, very nice opening. Throws down the third one just in the main base. So he's not going full greedy with that one, he's just letting it sit there until he has enough forces to be able to get that third base up to its actual position. But of course, sitting there it already can build some SCVs and also can accumulate some energy to be able to throw down additional mules, which is already a very nice opening. And now with the factory being attached to the reactor. We already see the first couple of Hellions being produced here, 2 already out. And with the next 2 spawning here, I would expect him to go for yet another harassment poke here. To be able to maybe even deal some more damage here to SortOf, who is now also getting his 3rd hatchery. And will eventually also throw down the Roach Warren here, which is a very, very nice choice, just because Lynx against Hellions and Reapers alone won't do the trick. So I'm guessing he's going to use those Roaches primarily to be able to deal with the Hellions and Lynx that are now going to move out any second here. At least that is what I expect. Go on, there we go. Yeah, he's definitely planning on moving out. He's already... Ah, come on, forGG, go for it. Ah, he's actually waiting for 2 more Hellions. There we go. 6 Hellions and 2 Reapers are now going to move out. That is already a very, very scary force here that is moving towards SortOf here. And I'm still having some weird spikes. That is... Okay, I think since for everyone else it's fine. That is at least what the voice in my ear tells me. That should be fine. Anyways, now the Hellions are going to push forward as well as those 2 Reapers. They will immediately go for the 3rd base, but they cannot do anything about it. There is already 1 Queen. They might be able to get that one. So far only 1 Roach is spawned. Nice scan. They're trying to deny the creep spread a little bit for the Zerg player here. Very nice. There comes some more Roaches and they will eventually push those Hellions back. But of course those Hellions are very, very quick and they could always go for a run by. And if SortOf is not extremely careful, those Hellions can also do major amounts of damage. We see the Baning Nest as a follow-up, as well as the starport now. For forGG, the factory is already creating a reactor. So I'd expect him to build some, whatchamacallit, not benches, but medevacs out of there. And we also see double engineering bay now going down for infantry upgrades. Once again, Hellions are poking around on the map. We'll see that there are indeed some Roaches, but there's only 3 Roaches. And I think those Hellions can definitely deal with those 3 Roaches. We already see 1 going down, the other one is terribly low on HP, also goes down now. He loses 2, maybe 3. He loses 3 Hellions in process though, which was not really too nice, but I guess trading mineral only units for gas units is definitely a very, very nice thing. 10 more Roaches in production. With those, the harassment should definitely be shut down, especially since we already see Roach speed, which will also definitely help them, and also Baning speed there, and also +1 carry base. But now actually SortOf has a quite sizable army here, so he should be able to deal with those Hellions. And yes, forGG actually goes for retreat at the same time. He's going to lift this command center, will now float it over to the 3rd base, or what usually is the 4th base, because the other base is usually the preferred one. Once again, the Hellions are doing some work here, trying to get around the Roaches. Might now go for a small poke in the 3rd base here, decide not to though. We'll go back there, should maybe avoid those Roaches because they cannot do too much about them. Almost losing 1 Hellion there, but he's fine. And there we go, there is this usual timing at around 11 minutes with the first couple of medevacs spawning. He's now going to move out with a lot of bio units, a couple of Marines, or mostly Marines and a couple of Marauders. Which is already very nice, and also a very scary army. Looking at the army supplies, it's currently 51 to 65. So if forGG definitely wants to make something happen here, he has to avoid those Banings that are currently now being morphed. They also already have the speed upgrade. Oh, gets the 4th hatchery there by SortOf. No cancel though, so that's already some very nice win for forGG. He's now going to push forward into the 3rd base. There goes the Banings. Pulls back the Marines, avoids the nice, but in from behind also come more Banings and also a lot of Roaches. He has to evacuate out there. That worked out perfectly for SortOf, if you leave that 4th base being not cancelled out of there. But he's now going to go for the counterattack, and this already can be very, very devastating there, because forGG doesn't have really too much here. 44 army supply compared to 80. SortOf is now going to push for Widow Mines, the first of them already being set up here, but I think he should be able to avoid them. Look at all those Roaches that are now pushing forward. The Widow Mines are not burned, they get not the proper connections that they've needed to. The Marines are being loaded up, will now be dropped into the natural here, but it is already not looking too well for forGG. He has to pull his workers already, and a lot of them will eventually go down here in the process of holding it. I'm not even sure if he can hold it, even temporarily. All those Marines or SCVs will go down here. Also the factory that is on the ground is not looking too hard. The wall in will eventually be breached here. The SCVs are too slow, they cannot repair it in time. The Roaches are pushing forward. Behind all of that we see this fire now for SortOf, so he will have a very, very strong transition out of that. But he's already doing so much Roaches, damage with the Roaches, so I think it's actually going to be over. GG is cold! And SortOf takes game number 1 in this wonderful best